Very much, guys. Some die-hard TSM fans in the background.
Everywhere
you know what?
you go, you find
Deserving win. Just before I get Monty's opinion on the game, this does set us up potentially for a tiebreaker match at the end of the day. Both of these squads are 4-1 at the moment. So assuming they win their respective games later, that does set us up for a 7th game of the day. Right, Monty, back to the game. TSM, they took down Starhorn Royal Club. I want to say they strategically had a better grasp of the game. However, they didn't execute great because they lost Barons. I mean, you can't deny their map control.
It was pretty sloppy from both teams. There were a lot of objectives that were given up. Not enough diligence paid to the Baron. When you're playing against a team with Fizz, Kha'Zix, Rise, you really have to respect that they can do that Baron nearly instantly. And coming back, it was mentioned by the casters as well, coming back to the Dragon without any wards on Baron is just silly. You send a couple people to Baron, you stagger, or you send a couple of people back to recall. You just make sure that they can't get that objective. There were a lot of opportunities for Starhorn Royal Club to get back into the game. Now, the team fighting from TSM, especially the Rumble Ultimates, were fantastic. Going back to picks and bans, I'm a little concerned about Starhorn's picks and bans because it seems like they don't really have a good grasp on their research of TSM. We saw that Nidalee ban coming in Game 1. This game, the Elise ban was a little weird. I think Rumble's not going to be on the table for TSM next time.
Crumb short before we move to the replays.
I think that Insect does not look comfortable in Kha'Zix. They wanted to make sure to take the Elise in Kha'Zix matchup. It was pretty obvious with the picks and bans with the Elise ban, but Insect was lost in that champion. Going into the replay that we're going to have is just, I don't want to see that again.
Well, you're going to have to, I'm afraid, because we're going to pull that replay onto your screen. Crepo, talk me through it.
So yeah, this will be the game-winning fight. And once this fight goes out, a couple of things you want to pay attention is to just the spacing of TSM and then the equalizer that Dyrus is going to do. And obviously, the replay starts off with amazing steal. Just so yeah, roll the clip right here. And we can see he goes in for Dragon, and immediately TSM reacts with the equalizer, and it completely splits up left and right. And this is fine if Royal backs off, but Insect goes full man mode, gets turned on, and this is really bad for Royal Club. Once he's in, they try and follow the fight up, they try to keep fighting. Zero gets the idea that he can actually go in and get a good Monsoon off to split up the team. Tidal Wave stops the Rise a little bit, but TSM is just fighting, and Turtle is just at the side. He's not being noticed. He could even go even more aggressive in my opinion. That kick from Amazing was really good as well. 2 members knocked up. And as long as you don't touch a Tristana in fights, you're going to end up losing because their cleanup is so good. We saw that in the later fights as well. The later the game goes, if she's untouched, once they're down to 2 members, it's going to end.
Yeah, and I think this really underscores how new this Rumble pick is to a lot of teams here at the World Championship, because it seems like a lot of people forgot. You don't fight Rumble on Dragons early in the game, especially when you're trying to outscale on Rise. Just give up the Dragon. Doesn't matter. 1,000 gold about. Just have confidence that you are going to be able to outscale into that late game and don't just toss away everything immediately.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I personally was not impressed by Colo and Rise. Fisher was talking about past the desk. You contrast Colo in other games to this one. Freak, give your opinions and let's move on to the second replay as well.
Yeah, so basically it just seemed, again, like Starhorn Royal Club did not know how to fight against this team, and it's actually very evidenced in our next replay, if you can pull that one up here, because basically what TSM wants to do is kite back. There's 2 really smart reasons for why TSM kites back here. This is like a mid-game inhibitor push. Number 1, there are no wards in the upper jungle right now, so as TSM retreats, they get to put wards down. Royal Club have no vision at all. The second thing that's great here is that right here there's like 3 angles of attack from Starhorn, which is bad for the Orianna Rumble lineup, whereas if you kite them into the jungle, they're coming in from the same spot, and then it's pretty much free. So roll the clip out, and you're going to see TSM just trying to run away in pretty much every way possible. Bubble buys them some time, they're going to run backwards, you're going to have the jump back, the tidal wave disengage as well. They're just burning everything to get out except their damage abilities. They're burning their disengage tools, and then running and running and running and running away, and it's finally once they get the team to funnel into this choke, once they overdive, then comes the turnaround. The Shark just barely misses. Zero, for some reason, never fully channels his Janna ultimate. I don't know why, but he clicks it once and then doesn't heal his team for 500 health. And then they just start getting mauled because they actually grouped up onto the AoE team.
Basically, Zero right there was trying to flank and force TSM back into his team. What he didn't realize is that his mid laner just managed to miss his ulti completely. He ended up fighting on the equalizer. TSM members didn't get instantly dropped. And then Bjergsen came with the God tier Orianna ulti just off the equalizer, and then it's just so much damage. You don't fucking in chokeholds against these teams.
Just a quick point. They're trying to team fight into a double AP comp, and nobody's building an Aegis. Where is this item? It's 20 MR for the whole team.
We have to have the Aegis numbers later. Okay, run it out. Go for it. Go for it.
Aegis stats real quick. TSM's total damage to champions was 93,000, 65,000 of which was magic damage. The actual math on lowering Rumble ulti damage, about 10 to 15% per person on the team. Less magic damage in Rumble by buying an Aegis.
That is massive. We do have to move on with the day, guys. So we got more action coming up as AHQ Esports Club will be taking on Turkey's Dark Passage. Let's take a quick behind-the-scenes peek at how the teams are preparing. It's, of course, AHQ once again in their ready rooms, getting themselves ready for one more game on stage. And Dark Passage, we'll see what they can do as we come back at the 2014 World Championship.
Flamespitter comes out. Nice ultimate. Beautiful bubble from Lost Boy.
And there's over 1,000 gold left. 4 members of TSM that goes anyway.
Amazing gets the steal. Rumble out goes out. Look how it's separating the fight right now.
Fizz. I'm here.
Fizz is low. Keep running. Don't walk into this trap. You got it.
Yes!
Nice.
Good job. Oh, this is Chum the Waters right in the face of Team Solo mid, but Royal Club is going to try to engage. The double kill coming in from Dyrus on Rumble. Corn to the backside. Bjergsen, he gets the Trickster damage. Zanya'd out the double kill for Turtle. Bjergsen goes down, but he takes down Corn first. A double as well for Uzi. He's trying to keep himself alive.